Hey guys, we're just getting right into a quick warm up. I like to use this for running specifically, but this is just a really great all around warm up to use before your cardio or strength training. So we're starting with some arm circles, going for 20 arm circles backwards. And you're starting pretty small here and then gradually getting bigger. So we've switched directions, we're going forwards now, making those circles bigger towards the end for about the last 5 or so. Then we're going to hinge over and just do some bear hugs. So these are going to open up our chest. It's still part of our dynamic warm up for the upper body. And again, you can start with a smaller movement for the first 10 or so of these, gradually getting bigger. We're going for 20 total. All right, shake that off. We've got 20 leg swings forward. So I encourage you to try and balance with these. If that's just not happening, then you can definitely use a wall or use a chair, but the balancing aspect is a really great warm up for your ankle stabilizers and your legs and glutes as well. Making that leg swing a little bit bigger towards the end here. And then bringing that right leg back into a low lunge, we're going into 10 hip circles, going clockwise first. Try and keep your whole foot, so your whole left foot, planted on the ground the entire time, and reverse directions for 10. Now we're going into some dynamic pigeon stretches. So staying on that same leg, we're just going in and out of this stretch. If I'm going too fast, feel free to do this at your own pace too. You can pause in a spot that feels tight, but we're going for about 10 of these. Looks like I was experimenting with my hand placement, but I figured out it definitely works the best with your hands on either side of your foot. Okay, come back up to standing, shake that off, and we're doing that whole thing on the other side. Starting with the leg swings. Remember to keep your core engaged and try to keep your upper body pretty upright so you're not leaning forwards to meet your foot too much. Nice job. Bringing that leg back into your low lunge, going into those hip circles. It also helps, as you can see, I have my right hand on my right foot, so that helps just to keep your foot anchored in place while you're doing your circles around it. Super, super good ankle warm up here too. And right into those dynamic pigeons. One side will definitely feel tighter than the other, and that's totally normal. This side's looking a little bit more awkward for me, and that's because my right hip is definitely tighter than my left hip. Okay, done with those. Come back up to standing, and we're just gonna go right into 10 bootstrappers. So grabbing your toes, grabbing your ankles. You can add in some thoracic rotations here. But the main idea is to keep your feet anchored, and you're just dynamically warming up your hamstrings and your hips a little bit more. If your legs don't straighten all the way at the top, that's totally fine too. A few more of these. Remember to breathe. Nice work. A few more here. And coming up next, don't hate me too much, but we've got 10 burpees, and these can just be whatever version you want. So right here looks like I'm demonstrating just kind of a traditional chest to ground. We're not doing a push-up here. This is just to get your heart rate up a little bit, get you super warm before you go into whatever exercise or training session you're about to do. Here's your other option. You can do a step back and step to the top. You can do a step back and a hop. So really choose your own adventure, but it is only 10. Okay, we're just finishing up here. We've got 10 air squats. So all of our normal squat cues apply to this. Driving up through your heels, your toes are soft. Not letting your knees dip in towards your big toes, keeping them out over your second toe. And the last thing we're doing here, just to really make sure your legs are burning, is a little bit of a squat walk. So just forwards and backwards. If this is not happening for you, then just get into a normal squat and call it good. All right, thanks.